let's talk a bit about top-level functions. And to talk about those functions, we first need to talk about packages. Now, everything is part of a package. Really, everything is. But there is a bit of a trick that Kotlin does in that if you don't specify a package explicitly, it just puts everything into the default package, which can lead to unpleasant results. For example, I have hello.kt without a package declaration, which has a function called main. And I also have, let's say, controlflow.kt, which also has a function called main. The end result of all of this is that both of the main functions would be put into the same package because nobody's specifying a particular package here. And this will not work. This will not let us actually compile anything. So as you can see, we get an error here. And we need to do something about this whole situation. Now, this kind of explains how top-level functions can exist. I mean, in typical Java, you can't have a function outside of a class, but here everything is managed for you, so you can have top-level functions. Now, let's take a look at how you would actually use a top-level function, which is defined in this functions.kt. So now I'm going to use the package definition. So I'm going to say that my function demos are going to be part of a package called Kotlin samples.functions. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that in here, because we have a clash with this main function, I'm also going to define a package called Kotlin samples.hello. So this removes the ambiguity where we add too many main functions into the default package. And now I'm going to import everything from Kotlin samples.functions. So every single type. Import Kotlin samples.functions dot everything. Okay, so now that I'm inside this package, what I can do is I can make a top-level function. So I can say a function say underscore hello, which is going to print line hello. And if I want to use this outside of hello.kt, all I have to do is call the function name. There is no magic involved here. I don't have to put these prefixes in front because I've already imported everything. So I can just say hello like this, and that's it. That's all that I have to do to call this actual function. So this is, I guess, a small explanation of how the setup generally works. So what happens with the main function is very specific, because essentially what Kotlin does is it detects every single instance of the main function, and you'll notice these little icons to the left. So if you click the icon here, you can run this particular main function, or you can press Alt-Enter and do exactly the same thing. So that's why essentially you can have different main functions in different bodies, and if I want to run this main function, for example, I can just press Alt-Enter here and run this. So this is really good for kind of managing your project, because you can essentially run different parts of it and see the output in all the locations.